Happy Tuesday! We made it to another progress video on the Back to the Future build, and it is coming at you right now. Welcome back to Brickscale Studio. My name is Jeff. As always, I'm super excited to have you with me. So we've reached another progress report video for the Back to the Future DeLorean build, which means we've completed another 16 issues of the Partwork build. And so let's just recap where we're at. If you are not caught up, or if you haven't started the series yet, this is a good starting point for you, although you should definitely go back and watch the other episodes. But this will get you caught up to where we are at today. So, all right, so let's take a look at what we did in episode 9. All right, so that is how we compare. Again, we know that the Partwork version is going to be much larger than the Lego version. The Lego version fits entirely inside. But that is where we are at the end of this episode. All right, so that was episode 9. Now let's take a look at episode 10. Okay, so this is the DeLorean so far. We did work on this piece in the last issue. We did not attach it to the car. And then most of our work was wire work. This last few issues, getting these wires in, these wires, and again, these little stickers. We also, here we installed the brake pedal, gas pedal, clutch. We put in this modification with the carpets and attached this panel to the chassis panel. So that is it for this episode. All right, moving right along. So far, so good. Things have been moving smoothly. Let's get into episode 11 where we hit a little bit of a bump. All right, so here we are side by side again. The Lego DeLorean, much smaller than the Partwork DeLorean. But for both builds, I find it interesting. We have parts that are not attached to the vehicle yet. So that's kind of interesting. For the Lego portion, we've mostly been focusing on this front end section. And then, of course, for the Partwork version, we've been focusing on this middle section with the chassis plate and the center console, and now the dashboard, which I'm sure is going to come in here like this somehow, obviously. So that is it for this episode. All right, even though we hit a little bit of a bump with the switch component in that episode, let's get into the last episode from last week, episode 12, where we had a lot of wiring things to do, and it was a little bit of a struggle. We had some problems with some screws as well, but let's get into it. So this is what we worked on for the Partwork version. We did all this wire wrangling and got that all in there, and I'm not gonna lie, there was some frustration, but we did get all this wire work in with minimal screaming, yelling, throwing, and all that good stuff. So I'm very happy with the way that turned out. But anyway, that is it for this episode. All right, so that is the last 4 episodes of Build the Back to the Future DeLorean. We are moving right along. We're at, like I said, the last issue we completed was issue 48. So we're getting to be around... We're approaching the halfway point. We're not there yet. We still have a few more issues before we get there. But to date, we have completed 429 steps in the Partwork build and used 320 parts. And for the Lego side, we have completed 319 steps and used 744 parts. All right, so coming up next week with episode Lucky 13, we're going to be tackling 49 through 52. And I believe there's some more wire work coming up, and we will get into that. Hopefully it won't be as crazy as issue 48. But with that, again, I remind you to please subscribe, like, share this video on Facebook or wherever, whatever social media. If all goes according to plan, when this episode airs, we should be one episode into our new build series, which is the classic Batmobile from the 1966 Batman series. It's going to be similar to this format, where we're going to build side by side a scale model and a Lego model. So be sure to check that out. Again, this is all according to plan. Right now, the Partwork Batmobile is out, and I've been stockpiling parts in anticipation for this, but the Lego version is supposed to be out. Well, was supposed to be out when this video airs, October 1st, so last week. So hopefully that rumor is true, and that set did get issued, and we're well on our way. So stay tuned for that. And as always, happy building, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll see you soon.